out that Jesus was an end time preacher. I didn't know him in that way. I knew Jesus was the one who brought salvation. I knew him as the one who was the author of the Gospels, but I didn't think of Jesus as an end time preacher. But then, there was a scripture where Jesus came and he says, there'll be those who would, come to me in the last day and who would say, Lord, Lord. And he said, I would say, depart from me, you workers of iniquity. I never knew you. And that was really interesting to me how that could happen. And then Jesus said something that was really interesting. He says, why do you call me Lord, but you don't do the things that I say? And in thinking about this from an end time perspective, I recognize how shocking this has to be. This has to be a shocking question to those who really overvalue their own confession, the fact that they have called Jesus Lord, and yet he turns away and says, why do you say that to me, but yet you don't do the things that I say? Do you know what you're saying? Do what you say. That's got to be a major, major shocking question. What does that have to do with faith? And you can imagine the people who are hearing this are saying the exact same thing. What does this have to do with faith? I thought that it was all about the confession. I thought that it was about what I said and not what I did. This is incredible when you think about this, that there are people who are professed Christians who actually call themselves, align themselves with being Christians without having any knowledge, any plan, any purpose, any thought about being obedient to Christ. I'm confessing, but I'm not obedient to Christ. And listen, I want you to understand today that that's one of the biggest tricks of the enemy.